What's going on, Tube? This your boy Teddy B, Blackman Reactions, and I'm here to give y'all a quick 10-minute reaction video to the AEW Double or Nothing pay-per-view last night, which was May 23rd. It's the second one, so it's, we can officially say that this is annual. Basically, I'm going to run through the matches, say what was at stake, and then give you basically how the match ended. I won't get into all it. Now I'm gonna not mention a lot of great moments that happened, but it was so many great moments that you just have to really go back and watch for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Even if you watch a highlight tape, it won't do it justice. I promise you, it won't. So without further ado, with that being said, the pre-show saw the Best Friends versus the Private Party, and it was for the #1 contendership for the AEW Tag Team titles, which are held by Hangman Page and Kenny Omega. The Private Party, they remind me of so much of WWE Street Profits that it's crazy, yo. It's crazy. They mannerisms, the way that they act, they're literally almost carbon copies of each other. I don't know who was around first, but I don't know. Anyways, Best Friends picked up the W. Towards these tag team matches, towards the end of them, chaos always ensues, and normally the heel tag team seems to be able to always take advantage of that, which was the effect if the Best Friends are heel, which was the effect this time around. The double team tactics, the sneaky finishers, and then, throwing the others out the ring to pick up the pinfall. So, with that being said, we move on to the beginning of the main card, which was the Casino Ladder match, which was for a #1 contendership for the AEW World Champion, which will be held by Jon Moxley or Mr. Brody Lee, at the end of the night. But stars like Kip Sabian, Darby Allin, Colt Cabana, how you doing? CM Punk voice, and a few others I can't remember off the top of my head right now. But this match saw amazing ladder work. Definitely got to go back and watch that if you want to see high flying. I like how AEW doesn't have they don't have all the restrictions that WWE has. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're free to do whatever they want. Now, I'm not going to say free to do whatever they want, but the move selection is way bigger. You're guaranteed to see moves that you don't normally see, spots you don't normally see. So go check that ladder match out. Brian Cage debuted it and won this ladder match. Managed by Taz, at least from the looks of it. Bare strength, he rips a ladder in half. Of course, the ladder's probably rigged, but with his bare hands, he rips the ladder in half. He's overpowering everybody. He's a talent from TNA, and I don't watch TNA, so I don't know, what his standing was over there, but I heard because of an injury he left the company and he was picked up by AEW, so now he's debuting and he's the new #1 contender. So with that being said, we have a couple of matches that wasn't for anything really. Dustin Rhodes versus Shawn Spears, where Dustin Rhodes picked up a W over Shawn Spears. I feel like he wins a little too much, to be in his stage of his career, but I'm not talent relations. I'm not talent management. I'm not writing the storyline. So, we'll see where it goes. MJF versus Jungle Boy. And this is another one where it's MJF's going to win. Jungle Boy, he's kind of just taking L after L after L. MJF needs to start fighting more top talent, in my opinion. He's low top tier. I feel like he's mid card, but he could be thrust into the main event scene, or maybe they're just holding on to that because there's so many people up there in the main event scene, which we'll get into later on tonight. Not later on in this video, which will bring me to Nyla Rose, the women's champion, versus Hikaru Shida. Sorry, I know I said that name wrong. Sorry. Nyla Rose is the AEW's Women's Champion. She's big, she's strong, she's from Washington D.C. She beats with brute strength, but this was a no disqualification match, which means weapons are all good. Weapons were used. In fact, this wasn't a long match at all. She lost the title, and we have a new women's champion at AEW, Hikaru Shida. Hopefully. So I'm just so sorry. I'm so sorry. Then we have I think after the women's was the men's. So we have Jon Moxley versus Mr. Brody Lee, the leader of the Dark Order, in a match where Brody Lee lost, Jon Moxley retains, but Brody Lee came out looking super strong. And I wouldn't be shocked if they did this again. This was a great match, actually. Very impressed by Brody Lee, formerly known as Luke Harper. Very impressed by Jon Moxley, formerly known as Dean Ambrose. And towards the end of the match, the finish up of the match was pretty much they're fighting on the stage. And Jon Moxley hits his paradigm shift, which is formerly known as the Dirty Deeds, and they go through the stage or whatever. So Jon Moxley, after a while, he crawls back to the ring, and the doctors come out and check on Brody Lee, and he comes out bleeding. He's bleeding. He slides back in the ring. Boom. Jon Moxley hits another paradigm shift. So that's 2 in a row. He goes for the pin. Brody Lee kicks out at 1. Jon Moxley's clearly frustrated. He picks him up. He hits him with another paradigm shift. That's 3. Goes for the pin. Brody Lee kicks out at 2. So a clearly frustrated Jon Moxley then proceeds to lock in the triangle chokehold, which is one of my favorite submissions of all time, by the way, on Brody Lee until Brody Lee passes out. And the referee has no choice but to call for the bell. Jon Moxley retains the championship. Man, what a finish. Brody Lee looks strong here. Even though he lost, he loses by the pass out. So basically he loses without having to take the hit of a loss. You know what I'm saying? And because of the pass out, I really think they're going to do this again. Which brings us to maybe the wildest match I might have ever seen in the history of wrestling. And this is a stadium stampede match between Matt Hardy and the Elite, which is the Nick and Matt Jackson. This has Kenny Omega and of course Hangman Page, who's actually absent at the start of this match, versus the Inner Circle, which consists of Jake Hager, Santana Ortiz, Sammy Guevara, and Chris Jericho. So of course, the match starts off on some movie type thing where the two teams are standing like far away from each other and they start charging each other like this is like some type of medieval war type days. And then, of course, Hangman Page, being the loner that he is or tries to be, he rides in on a horse and then starts to even things up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get to the end of the match, but this match saw plenty of crazy spots. People doing flips off of goalposts, you know what I'm saying, and things of that nature. So if you haven't seen it, go watch that match, man. It's crazy. So yeah, we come to the end of the match, and they had one of the Jackson twins, I think, had put Chris Jericho, jumps off the basically. They're having this match in a football stadium, by the way. So it plays into that Jacksonville Jaguar Stadium. So basically, in the end zone, you know how people jump into the crowd? Yeah. Nick Jackson did a jump from where, you know, people jump into the crowd at. He did a jump off of one of those into Chris Jericho into these tables. And so by that time, somehow, some way, Sammy Guevara thought he won the match. And so he's celebrating, and then all you hear is like an engine rev up, and I think it's Kenny Omega in a golf cart or whatever, and so basically they fake run him over or whatever, and then do a couple of little finishes, and then like, yo, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. Yo, when I say this match was crazy, it's crazy. This is probably, it wasn't cinematic. It was just like not in the ring. And this is what I feel like other companies, I'm gonna just say WWE, I felt like they should have done, because but I feel like they don't have the creative freedom. It's not even about having creative minds, because when they're given the freedom, they come up with very intriguing storylines. I don't think they're given that freedom. I think everything has to repeat, like, order. So of course, like I said, it ends by Kenny Omega hitting this one-winged angel on Sammy Guevara after that crazy little spot. And so now the Elite have won or whatever, and this will bring us to the conclusion of the the Double Impact, Double or Nothing pay-per-view. Sorry, Double Impact, that's the TNA stuff. Double Impact, I said it again too, Double or Nothing pay-per-view from AEW. And man, if you haven't seen it, you have to go see it. I promise you have to go see it. It was dope from top to bottom. AEW has some great talent, man. They're gonna be okay. I feel like they're gonna be okay. Like, I feel like if they keep building with the formula they got, they're gonna be okay, man. But this your boy Teddy B Blackman. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought of the pay-per-view if you saw it. If you didn't see it, go see it. And yeah, signing out.